What's up YouTube, it's Louis here. I hope you're all well. Today we're going to be looking at Hbar on the 4-hour time frame and try and gauge what's going on in this market as of now. So yesterday, as I left you off, we were talking about how this would have been a level to hold, but as I explained, we didn't think it was going to hold because we knew that Bitcoin was going to roll over yesterday, and that is exactly what we're seeing right now. I don't know why that is so large. Don't know why that's there at all, to be honest. So we had this double bottom, target was met out of that, we know that already. Then we come back for the retest where another double bottom could have formed, but you can see lost the low. We had the shooting star on the 55 and the 20. You're below all three moving averages, basically telling us that we're in a downtrend. So there's so many clues, and if you were taking notes yesterday, you would know what all of these moving averages mean. This one, as long as we're below this, we should be looking for sells. Anytime we come up, we should be looking for a sell opportunity. Of course, if you break it and backtest its support, then you should only be looking for buy opportunities. And every time you come down to the 200, you should be buying it because it's holding its support. Just like now, we're holding it as resistance. We actually came exactly to this high level that I gave you guys in the past where we came to, and obviously got rejected in the end. You can see that this was also previous high over here. When we come down impulsively, we started obviously going back up, and we broke this resistance point, flipped into support. We had a few fake outs here before losing it and flipping it into resistance over here. You can see we're heading lower now. Obviously, that's obviously telling us that because it was a previous high, it was support, and you flipped it back into resistance. But also the EMA is telling us the story. You're under all of them. This means you're in a downtrend, which is lower lows and lower highs. So that is why we were predicting we were going to lose this low because of what the EMA is and what the candlesticks were saying. We had a shooting star and then a bearish engulfing, and then followed by a lower. Obviously that bearish engulfing was a lower low, and then obviously we continued the impulsive wave down. So look, you've now come down and respected this support line, which was here already yesterday. You actually, well, obviously for the last few weeks, or since the 8th of Jan, since the 8th of Jan, this line's been there, and then obviously you can see we respected it exactly. Now you're having a little bounce. You did close above the 786, so from here two things can happen. Now I do believe that Bitcoin's going to continue down, and so if I'm correct in saying Bitcoin's going to continue down, then this should too. But I'm going to go through a scenario where it won't go down. So if we were to now bounce from this area, the 786 / this purple line, and we get above the 618, confirm that support, there's chances that we can start heading up basically, and you can see that would be some sort of double bottom over here. But that is just a scenario that we always look at with the fibs. But with the sentiment on Bitcoin, I do believe we're going to head lower, and so we'll create that reversal wave going to the 1 minimal. This would be about 24.9 cents, or let's just say 25 cents. So we should be coming down as long as you lose this area to 25 cents. For me, we're going to go there. I think that if we were to even get a bounce from here, we'd get rejected either from there or from the 618. I don't think we'd break above the 618 because Bitcoin's going lower. Now, I might be wrong if Bitcoin wants to start heading up. All we need to see Hbar do is hold that as support, and we would be good for continuation. Until then, there's the risk of getting up here and getting rejected and heading to the 1. This is the level I'm now looking at, 25 cents. Once you come down to this 1 level, it's not all done yet. You can see it'd be coming to this swing low, which would make sense basically. But if you were to lose that, we'd need to look at these targets over here. All three of these would be a target. So 23.7 cent, 23.1 cent, and 22.2 cent. Now this over here is always my target, but just because that's the target doesn't necessarily mean that I will go all the way to there. Although this is what we're waiting on for, we could do something like this where we come to either one of these two and come back up. If you can confirm the 1 as support, then we will start heading back up and we won't see any further downside. But if you now come to the, let's say, 1.272 and do get a bounce but fail to get back above the 1, we will continue lower to our 1618 target, 0.222 cents. So yeah, that's pretty much it for Hbar. Yes, we're still above this large golden pocket, which is the 0.50 and the 0.618, and technically speaking, as long as you're above that, you're still in a target to the 1618. But just because, in my personal opinion, I do believe Bitcoin's going to head lower, and obviously the fact what's going on with the EMAs as well as the specific candlestick patterns like the shooting star at resistance. Wicks to the top is going to drop, and that's what we were seeing right there. We might not be able to see it, and then obviously the bearish engulfing telling us that we're continuing this downtrend, and so we should be going to each low point and trying to break it. Of course, if you fail to put lower lows and if you can hold above 25 cent, none of this will happen. But again, if Bitcoin's going to roll, this will, and it'll drag the whole market with it, with obviously them being more volatile to the downside, the alts, because we know that they're smaller and easier to move because there's less money in them. So if Bitcoin were to roll over, we know we're looking at 22.2 cent for HBAR. Of course, if we lose that support, I will update you guys on further technical targets, one that we've had on the channel for a very long time down here, which was a previous double bottoms neckline basically, and that's why we've been always looking out for that, but doesn't mean it has to happen. You can see we had a much larger double bottom here. You back tested support, came back, back tested support, back tested support. So that's why I think that this 1618 is going to hold up basically, because it's very close in line with that larger white support area basically over here. So that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please smash the thumbs up button, and of course subscribe to the channel. We're almost at 1.5k subscribers. Let's effing do it, lads and lasses. So I'll catch you guys in the next one, and as always, peace.